to Financial Insights. I'm Linda, your accounting coach. Today, I want to talk about what every business owner and nonprofit leader should know about accounting. So, are you one of these leaders that look at your bank statements? Do you meet with your accountant on a monthly basis? Managing the business finances should be your top priority. Now, you may not do the bookkeeping, you may not create the financial reports. However, you should know where that data is generated and what tasks are being completed in your accounting structure. Ultimately, we are responsible for everything that goes on in our organization. Once again, you may not be the accountant, you may not be the HR, the IT, but we have to take responsibility. So I want to give you 4 things that every business owner or nonprofit leader should do to manage their business finances. So number 1, look at your general ledger. So your general ledger is the list of all of your transactions that hit your accounting system. So if you do not use an accounting software, you'll look at all of your bank statements. And what you're looking for, you're just making sure everything looks reasonable, things are getting paid, things are getting deposited. Also, too, you may find things where you question yourself and say, well, I'm not sure if we should actually be paying for that because we no longer use it. And usually those are subscriptions or membership. So once again, look at the general ledger. Number 2, look at the bank and credit card statements. You want to look at those on a monthly basis. So don't just let your accountant or bookkeeper do the reconciliations or look at the statements. You also, as the leader, need to look at the bank statement and credit card statements. You also need to review your bank balance and even your credit card online 2 to 3 times a week. You want to know what's going on. Once again, you're just making sure things are getting paid, making sure things are getting deposited. And particularly, this will also help reduce fraud. So we know that happens a lot, unfortunately. But if you're looking to see when checks are issued or who the payee is, that will allow you to make sure that things are getting paid. Also on the deposit side, just making sure things are actually being deposited into the business account and no one else in someone's personal account. And lastly, you want to take responsibility. And what I mean by that, I've met business owners and nonprofit leaders before, and we'll have a discussion about accounting, or I mentioned something, they're like, well, I'm not sure if that happens. I just let my accountant, handle everything. You want to know what your accountant is doing. You may not know the ins and outs, but they should have some type of checklist, some type of SOP, accounting procedure, standard operating procedures that basically list out what they're doing. You ultimately have to take responsibility. So not only taking responsibility for the accounting piece, but even the HR, the IT, the producing the product, all that. That's all our responsibility. So do not just leave it all on the accountant when it comes to managing your finances. You still want to look at the general ledger, look at the bank and credit card statements. You still want to review the bank balance and even the credit card balance. Those are your checks and balances. As we know, we're all busy, but doing these 4 things will help you manage the business finances. Also, it'll give you an idea to make sure that your accountant is doing what they need to be doing. So doing these 4 things is very important. And this is where you can actually take responsibility. So as the business leader, nonprofit leader, once again, don't just leave it in someone else's hand. Accounting is a partnership. I say that a lot. It's a partnership between the organization and the accountant. It's a two-way street. So you want to make sure that you're doing your part in the relationship. So tip for the day, look at your general ledger and see if there's any surprises, anything that stands out to you. We'll see you next time. Make sure you like, comment, and share, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.